Dumebi Kachikwu has been declared the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, the ADC, following the presidential primary held in Abeokuta, Ogun State, southwest Nigeria. Dumebi polled 978 votes to defeat former Deputy Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Kingsley Moghalu, who polled 589 votes, and Chukwuka Monye, who scored 339 votes. Well, Dumebi Kachikwu joins us now in the studio. Thank you so much for being on the news tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
But when it comes to fringe parties, like they're called in Nigeria, they have
ADC.
The ADC. They've failed to make any serious incursion in the political landscape. And we see that every election cycle. It's usually the big parties, the PDP, the APC, and maybe one or two other parties. What difference will this make this time around? What difference will the ADC make this time around?
I don't really think it's a function of the parties. I think it's more a function of Nigerians. That's why this election cycle in 2023, it's not so much as Buhari and his government being on the ballot where we're saying the government has failed. Nigerians will also be on the ballot. We're going to judge ourselves. We're going to ask ourselves the right questions. We keep on doing this every election cycle. We see candidates who are worthy of our votes, and we vote in these parties because these parties essentially induce us. And you also have to realize that those who vote in these parties are people in the rural areas. People like you and I rarely vote, okay? The people in rural areas are 8 to 9, 10 million people. Every 4 years they vote in these people. We have 40, 50 million strength who don't have PVCs, or even if we have PVCs, we don't vote. If we were to vote, we'll have a new Nigeria. We'll determine the path Nigeria will take. And that's what needs to happen in this election cycle. Fortunately, I think something different is happening now. We're seeing the candidates in the two major parties, Atiku Abubakar and Bola Tinubu. We're seeing the reaction of Nigerians to these two candidates. I think it just might galvanize Nigerians towards doing something, towards saying, you know what, we can't have more of the same. These usual suspects can't lead us. We're just hoping to see if they'll put action to their feelings.
Let me take you up on something you said. You said you have the political will to secure the country. And of course, that's a very timely statement, the sense that there are those who've actually described Nigeria's current position or situation as a low-grade civil war. When you talk about having what it takes to secure the country, you said no security, no country. Talk us through your strategy. I mean, it's easier said than done.
Sure, easier said than done. But you have to realize the feedback you get from security agencies is that people say the body language of the president. For years, we had that. Okay, you see headsmen attacking people in rural areas across the country. It took them a long time before they said no more AK-47s. Have you ever heard that anyone's been arrested? Again, that's the body language of the government, right? Are they serious about doing something about this? First 4 months of this year, we didn't see the government funding the security agencies. Body language, the will to do something about this. You see nations that are dealing with insurgency. What are they doing right? Had ISIS leaders have been taken out over and over again by the US, by Israel. What are they doing? The same technology, same armament is not available to us. Is that what we are letting our borders open so these people can alter the political demographics of Nigeria? We need to be honest to ourselves about what is happening in Nigeria. I read news today about some community attacked by helicopter. I don't know how. I just find it difficult to believe, but they're saying that that's what happened. How does that happen in Nigeria? How do we have security agencies 2 million or 3 million man strong, and this is happening within our country? Okay, so the political will is very, very important. We have to understand that we are at war. Every Nigerian needs to understand that we are at war. If we are really at war, look at the headlines in your papers every day. Every blessed day, a nation at war. We don't understand that we're at war. War is a business that involves every citizen. Until the government can communicate that to us that we're at war. When the government communicates to us that we're at war and that they are actually overwhelmed because we're at war on multiple fronts. Northwest, northeast, north central, in the southwest, and the southeast. On multiple fronts. How many men do we have tackling these insurgents or the banditry? Okay, so we have to understand that we have to get to the point where we say, you know what, every willing and able-bodied man and woman might be conscripted to fight these people. We might just have to get there.
Well, I mean, You've mentioned names from the big parties, the presidential candidates of the APC and PDP, Bola Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar. Some people say these are names that have been tested, and some people trust them. And so they've seen what they are capable of doing. Who is Dumebi Kachikwu? What has it done, and why should Nigerians rally behind you? Okay,
so again, that's the mistake we keep on making, saying these people have been tested and they are trusted. If they are tested and trusted, why are we in this situation today? Okay, so they are tested, they have failed, and they are definitely not trusted. We also keep on saying, I was on a TV session the other day, and someone was saying, oh, you know, because these people have a CV that they've been in government. A lifetime of being in government and you failed and Nigeria is not working, that's not CV to present to anybody, okay? So you need to start looking at people who are actually performing in their chosen fields. Even a housewife who is managing the economy of her household and is getting it right has what it takes. What does government, what does it take to run a government? First and foremost, it's about envisioning. You need to envision what you want for your country, for your people. Then being able to manage the characters, the people that can implement that vision. That's what it takes to be a leader. And having the courage and love to be able to put all these things together.
Well, point taken. Just before I let you go, I'm just going to ask this question. Just going back to something you mentioned earlier, you did say there were the options before Nigerians, the Atiku and of course Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You've seen the reactions of Nigerians. You feel Nigerians are saying we're not ready to have the same of the same. But then we're not going to shy away from the fact that money rules this political season. It's speaking louder than vision, than strategy. What are you going to be doing differently in this whole money play?
I'll be speaking to you. I'll be speaking to you. People like you and I, we need to get involved in the political process. We need to do what we need to do. We can't keep on talking and complaining. We all need to do what we need to do.
Which is?
Which is get our PVCs, go out there and vote. The nation belongs to all of us. It's our patriotic and our civic duty to get this done.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for that.
Congratulations
once again. Dumebi Kachikwu, there, of course, presidential candidate of the ADC. All the best.
Thank you very much.